So today I will be drawing Mothwing. Mothwing is a river clan cat, and I don't like the background of the drawing that I made today. So we're starting off with like a sort of sketch of what the final drawing's gonna look like. And I'm trying to fiddle around with the face a little bit, but it didn't end up looking very good. So in this style, I'm trying to make her look in the position. So I made her face turn around, and that's the way it stays. I sized down the sketch a little bit and started fiddling with tail shapes. I was thinking of making her tail really big, but I feel like it would get soggy because she's a river clan cat, so I didn't do that. So I'm just getting rid of the lines and trying out a bigger tail, but I thought they looked too thick, so I didn't end up doing that one. I added some tufts of fur to her ankles. Those shoulder ones on her shoulders don't make it to the final, but the wrist ones do. So starting out with the outlines, so I'm trying to do this new way of coloring them in by just outlining them with the same brush that I use to make the sketch and the color that I'm coloring them in by. So I'm fiddling around with markings. I'm trying to use the same markings I use consistently. So here are the same exact colors and same markings. I did not color in the paws behind the front ones because I would be too hard to differentiate them. Now I'm just looking at the colors and filling in all those spaces, and that's when I can really add some altering and see how good it looks together. So we're just coloring. One thing that was hard about this was covering the pencil lines. So this way of coloring in might not make it for a long time. But I think the process was shorter than making the whole character sheet. So I guess that's okay. I'm adding in the eyes right now. Fiddling with the pupil and all that stuff. I added the sketch lines means I can add the shading where it's required. And that's that for the legs. I did end up adding some shading on the tail. I didn't. That doesn't make it very long. I didn't keep that for very long, but I added some more whites to the hind leg and added some shading to the tufts of fur on her ankles. Now I'm just adding some shadows to her face and testing out colors, and just using the blending tool to blend those into her face. Now I'm adding more whites to the front paw and fiddling with colors for the stomach. And so around the time where I start fiddling with the tail again. I was never really happy with the tail, but I finished the tail anyways. So the tail's actually slightly plumper, and I think the shading on the ears are actually really mild. I'm trying to fiddle with the eyes to make them look a little more normal. I feel like they're like abnormally large for, I don't know why though, but I felt like they were abnormally large, but I just kept them the way they are. Now we're just like fixing up the markings, and then I started doing the background. I don't really like the background that much. I started adding some like grass and like some trees, and then fiddling around with like the color of the sky. I actually just noticed here that her stomach is like clear, and so I like added these like sparkly things in her eyes, but those things don't make it. I felt like she had to have something sparkly on her to distract us from the background. I don't think it was actually supposed to distract us from the background, but it surely distracted from the blue belly. I made the one of the trees thicker, and I was gonna add more colors of trees, but that didn't work out either. So we're left with the final drawing.